Hey there traders, today is the 12th of February 2021 and we've got quite a bit to speak about with regards to the market today, so I'm going to jump straight into it. I'm going to start with Bitcoin on the daily chart as usual. So we caught this breakout yesterday, which was a nice little move to the upside. We've already taken some profits off the table and we are now in a risk-free trade, meaning that our stop losses are on break even. And this is looking pretty constructive to me, closing out on new all-time highs yesterday. But here's the problem that I think might come back to bite us, is the fact that we don't see a lot of volume with this follow through. So on the lower term time frames, you can also see that there's not a lot of volume after the breakout. So the follow through is not really happening just yet. So shorter term, it's very possible for Bitcoin to come back down to around $45,000 today. But we're happy to leave the position running because it can easily just start skyrocketing from here with some decent volume. So our next target for Bitcoin is $50,100. We can call it just $50,000 as well. That's where we're looking to take the rest of our position off the table, or at least another portion of it. So we'll be communicating with you guys when we get to that level. But I want to talk about the downside potential here as well, because there is most definitely downside potential. The levels that I want to be paying attention to in case of downside potential is going to be this first level around $41,300. I've been speaking about this level in previous videos. I think this will play a significant part if Bitcoin comes back down. This is an area that I would be interested in buying for sure. If Bitcoin breaks below that, the next area of interest is going to be around this $37,800 mark. And then from there, the next pivot is only going to be around $34,400 per Bitcoin. So those are the three levels to the downside that I'm paying attention to. The three levels to the upside is 50,100, 55,000, and let's call it 58,000. Those are the levels to the upside that I think Bitcoin could potentially find some resistance at. So short term, it can go either way here, to be quite honest. It can either go to the upside and come and test these highs and hit our target, or it will come back and break us, stop us out on break even and continue to the downside. The thing I do want to say is if on the 4-hour chart, Bitcoin does break below 43,733, let's call it 43,800. I'd be looking for a further extension back down to that 41,300. If we break below 39,600, then I'd be looking for 37,850 to be hit. So let's keep an eye on it. If it starts breaking to the downside, we'll just flip to short and we'll start shorting the market and making profits anyway. If it continues up, we're still in the position, so we can still bank some good change there as well. So that's it for Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin Cash here. Definitely at a major resistance level at the moment. You can see Bitcoin Cash is now at that level that we wanted to sell originally. If you remember, we took a buy position on Bitcoin Cash around $460, I think. It then shot up. We took first targets and we took some profit off the table and then came back, stopped us out on break even, and then continued to the upside anyway. So that's going to happen sometimes. For Bitcoin Cash here, I would actually expect a little bit of downwards movement. Same with Bitcoin. So I think short term today, we might be seeing some lower prices for most cryptos. But when I'm going down to the lower term time frames, I have to admit that this looks extremely bullish. Shorter term, we're still making higher highs and higher lows here. And it looks like this one actually does want to make its way higher. So if Bitcoin Cash breaks above $560 today, I'd be looking for an extension back up to $600. So we'll be taking a position there as long as it holds this level as support. So that's a fairly good trade plan there. The other idea that we can use is as soon as Bitcoin Cash comes to this level, around $490 and hold as support, we can look for potential long opportunities from there. For me personally, I wouldn't be too happy with the fact that the price comes back down and tests these lows again too quickly. That means that we are definitely running out of bullish momentum, and that would add to the fact that the volume is going down while price action is moving up. So that wouldn't be the healthiest of signs if we do come back down short term today and stop out and break even on our other trades. So let's talk about Ethereum. We also had a trade on Ethereum last night. We took a little bit of profit off the table, then got stopped out and break even. So we don't have this trade actively running anymore. No volume on the Ethereum side of things here. So I wouldn't be looking to take any positions on this particular market anytime soon, especially about after the fact that it came into profit. We took some profit and it came straight back down to stop us out and break even. That's what I'm talking about, that I think could possibly happen with Bitcoin today, as we could see the prices come straight back down and stop us out and break even before it actually starts moving to the upside. But for Ethereum here, this is looking a little bit toppy to me. I would expect a move perhaps one more time to the upside, or at least a try to the upside. I don't like the volume here, so it definitely is showing a little bit of bearish signs here. If Ethereum takes out 1676.08 to the downside and closes 4-hour candles below this liquid zone, I'd be looking for an extension back down to around $1,500 per coin. So I'd be happy to take some short positions around this level if we get to that point. But if Ethereum does close another 4-hour candle above this liquid zone with decent volume, or it closes any kind of 4-hour candle above this previous closing high around 1,880, then that's when I would be looking for extension to the upside one more time. Nothing really much to talk about other than the fact that Ethereum is looking a little toppy to me. Most of these cryptos today, shorter term, are looking a little bit toppy. Let's talk about Chainlink. I do like Chainlink here, I have to admit. I like the fact that we are seeing a retest of this previous liquid zone. I wouldn't be too hasty to buy this one just yet. I'll be patient and see how this one closes the next 4-hour candle. It does look like Chainlink wants to have another run at $30,000. So, but to the same token, if you want to be a little bit more conservative, let's wait for a close above 28.3, which was the previous swing high. That would then initiate the next extension back up to $30, which is the next even number. So I think that's going to be a major resistance. Chainlink looking overall healthier here than most of the other altcoins actually this morning. Looking like this one wants to bounce versus other altcoins that want to tank. So it's going to be an interesting weekend for cryptos, I believe. One thing I do want to say, historically, on Valentine's Day, we have seen some significant moves in the market. So let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. So let's go back to February 2020, and you'll be able to see that on the day of Valentine's Day, on Valentine's Day, oh, excuse me, it was the day after Valentine's Day. So you'll see that on Valentine's Day, throughout the history of Bitcoin, we have put in either a high or a low after Valentine's Day. So right here, we see that we actually put in this swing high way at the top of 2020 before the Corona dump on the Valentine's Day. I almost said Halloween. So let's go back to 2019 so that I can elaborate on this point. Again, on February 2019, we can see on the day of Valentine's Day, excuse me, on the Valentine's Day, A day after, we started seeing another significant move, and this was when the breakout started happening for Bitcoin to the upside. So to come back to the point I'm trying to make, Valentine's Day is going to either call a top or a low in the market for Bitcoin. I'll leave that up to you guys, which one you think it's going to be. Is it going to be a top? Is it going to be a bottom? I personally think it's going to be a top. So I think we still have another day or two over the weekend to see what the market wants to do. If it continues to the upside, fantastic. Then we might hit our targets to the upside. But if it starts turning back down now, like I said, I'm a little bit short-term bearish here on some of these coins. Then I would expect Bitcoin and most cryptos to start creating those further extensions deeper, and we'll see some deeper retracements back down to some of these lower levels that I've been speaking about in my previous videos. So for Chainlink, around $20 would be the best buy in my opinion. But again, let's keep an eye on this. This is looking toppy to me. I just want to make it very clear to everybody that I think most of these cryptos are starting to top out. I've been saying this for a couple of videos, but it's starting to show the signals here that we need to be cautious now. If you understand the Dow theory behind market dynamics, um, we're in that euphoria stage right now. Every single media outlet, every single institution is talking about Bitcoin, about cryptocurrency. And that's usually when we start looking for the major tops or bottoms in the market. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on the charts to see if we can catch the major tops. So Ripple right here, we have a position. We took some profits off the table this morning. Stop losses are now on break even for Ripple. So again, another risk-free trade. The next target for us is around 60 cents. And then beyond that, I believe that Ripple does stand the chance to make its way back up to around 75 cents per Ripple. So this one's looking a little bit healthier. We did close a very good candle here early this morning, and we have been respecting this liquid zone, this liquidity zone, which is a fantastic signal in my opinion. I don't like the volume on this one though. I have to admit I'm not a big fan of the volume on Ripple. We also have some potential bearish divergences forming, but I wouldn't take that too seriously because of the fact of we are breaking structure to the upside and we are clearly still bullish here. This market structure is extremely bullish. So for Ripple, I would at least expect a short-term move back up to $60, 60 cents in the short term. I think Ripple looks a little bit more bullish compared to some of the other coins we've looked at this morning. So Ripple, definitely keeping an eye on that one and holding. Litecoin, nothing really on Litecoin here. I wouldn't be looking to go long on this particular coin anytime soon. It looks like Litecoin probably wants to come back down short term to around 165. Like I said, some of these altcoins are very bearish this morning. 165 most likely is going to be the next bounce point for Litecoin shorter term. Uni looking fantastic. So I want to talk about Uni. I'm going to be looking to take some long positions around $22.40 today. I do like the volume that's coming through here. So this is going to be our entry right here for Uniswap. I'll post this signal on the group as well. We're going to look to buy this liquid zone. A lovely little entry there for Uni. So I believe that Uni is on its way to $25 a pop. And I'm happy to manage my risk from this position. I'm definitely not bearish on this structure here. This is an accumulation structure. Continuously continue to create higher lows and higher highs here throughout this entire accumulation phase. So I think this asset probably wants to still continue much higher. I'd be looking to buy in at around $22.40. If I don't get that level, I won't be interested in risking anything on this particular trade. Neo, I'm waiting for Neo to come back down to around $31, maybe even $30. That's where I would like to take a position on Neo. Looking overall good, overall healthy. I have to say though, it is starting to look a little toppy here. We're running out of volume as price action is moving up. As I've stated before, that's never a necessary, it's never a good thing. If price continues up, but there's no backing, there's no participation from the buying side. So Neo, I'd be patient. I've got no real position here. Same as some of the other coins. The real positions would be XRP. I think it's going to be short term to the upside. Uniswap, I'm going to keep an eye on today. I would love to take a position around this level. So let me put an alert in here. There we go. So I've spoken about Neo. Let's talk about BNB. I'm still waiting for BNB to come back down to around $97. Let's call it $98. I'm going to be very keen to buy some BNB around that pullback. I'll be looking at that as an opportunity. For now, this thing is just going to the moon, as you can see. So there's no real position to take from this point. But if we can see BNB come back down and fill this order block here, this liquid zone, I'd be happy to take some positions if we find some entry criteria being met. Monero is going to the moon as well. Monero is breaking out. Definitely would love to take a position around 190 if we can make our way back down there during the day. So I'm actually going to add an alert there. That's definitely an area of interest for me for Monero shorter term. So if it comes back down, I'd be happy to take position here. Breaks below that, the next position I would like to take is 172. Let's call it that. And then let's talk about Doji. Dogecoin breaking to the downside. Yeah, this is actually looking like a pretty decent buy position. If we can get filled on this one, so I'm going to actually put an alert here. I would like to buy some Dogecoin around this level with a nice decent stop loss just below that, 1-to-1 risk reward. This is definitely a level I am interested in, so I'm gonna put this as a pending order as well on the Telegram group this morning. So we've got a few positions we could possibly trade very, very soon. 1 inch is another coin I've been keeping an eye on. I think this one is looking a little bit like it wants to break to the upside. We had a potential head and shoulders pattern here, broke above the shoulder. Now, if we can hold the shoulder level as support and close another 4-hour candle above this liquid zone, then I'd be looking for 1 inch to actually continue to the upside to around $6.30. Let's look at VeChain. VeChain, very, very bullish here. I would actually expect a pop back down to around 0.04. Let's call it 0.038, excuse me. That's where I would be looking to take some positions on this particular coin. So I'm going to add an alert there just in case so that we don't miss that one if it does come back down there. So VeChain, Dogecoin will add this order today as well. VeChain, I won't be adding any orders necessarily. Uniswap will be adding this order. Ripple will be keeping an eye on our active trade. And for Bitcoin, we'll be keeping an eye on this active trade. So for now, that's pretty much it for me and for this market update. I hope that you guys are enjoying the profits. I hope that you're staying safe and you're using proper risk management. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.